Hello. We see you, V.
We see
We see you, John. About time. What up, man? I see you on there, bro.
Give us a few
minutes. Give us a few
minutes.
seconds. We're going to hop on, get started here shortly. Give us a few seconds. All right. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. I am Kel.
And I'm Quintella.
And this is Recipe to Shivery. Now we thank everybody for joining us on here today. We have live my brother, John. What up, bro?
Yay. What up, family?
Also got out here my sister V
in the house.
Hey, you finally made it on?
Girl, it took me 3 weeks to figure it out.
About time.
I'm trying to tell you. Hey, can we cuss on here?
Yeah, do what you
What we got to do. So, all right. So, as usual, we're going to start this off with a short prayer real quick. That's what we do on this channel.
Right.
So, give us a second.
Go ahead, babe. I did last
All right. I don't know why we're switching. Go ahead. But anyway, Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for giving us this opportunity, giving us this platform to reach out, to give our opinions, to other people to give us their opinions as we try to build on relationships to help each other grow. We're just giving our 32 years of experience. We're also welcoming other people's experience to help everyone. We thank you, Lord, for this opportunity. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right. Now we ready to go now.
All right, ready to rock and roll. So the first question of the day is jealousy a sign of insecurity or love? I read that backwards, but love or insecurity. You want to start or do you want me to start?
I think I want your take on this one.
All right, so jealousy to me, that can be, I think it depends on the individual, and I think it depends on the relationship, whether it's love or insecurity. Because if it's just us and something like that, says someone's gathering your attention, it could be from a position of love, just like, I'm not insecure. Me, by all means, I'm not insecure whatsoever. But I can see like, and I come over there, so you all in this person's face somehow. Get over here, just laughing and joking about it. But a slight little sense of jealousy. But not insecurity.
So is that you kind of marking your territory?
So when you say that, in my opinion, I shouldn't have to come out and be like, hey, that's my woman. You should state that fact. You should automatically let them know that, hey, you're in a relationship, you're already taken. I shouldn't have to establish that. There are some situations where I may have to establish that because of the environment, but I will give you the opportunity to establish that on your own.
Okay, so what about in a situation where it's well established that you are taken, but the individual is still aggressive? So in those situations, do you think that, okay, like for me, I don't think I'm never jealous, and I'm not insecure, but I think I would be very territorial and very like pretty much, okay, if he's already told you that, you know, he's not interested, but you're still being aggressive, then that means I got to become aggressive too.
And I can see that, because in situations, especially from a man's standpoint, like you hear this a lot in a relationship, like, why is he
with
why
her,
is she with him?
Right.
Because he feels like he's better, or he's got more, or he looks better. So if he's still being aggressive, yeah, I definitely got to make my presence felt. I definitely got to come over and look, you've been asked and you've been told to back off once, not just by me, by her, and you still ain't get the message. I got a new message for you. Now, you might be able to understand this message a little better, or a little clearer, because it might get to moving some furniture a little bit. Because you've already been warned, and again, it was from you, so he didn't have to deal with testosterone to testosterone. You like, hey, I'm stabbed. I'm not interested. This is not the move. I'm already taken, and he still don't respect that. Then yeah, I feel like I have to come in and say, hey, look, not only did she already establish that, but I'm actually here, and you might want to skedaddle, beat feet, and there's plenty of other, like they say, fish in the sea. Plenty of other women around here. Go find somebody else. And if that ain't understood, you know, we definitely got a problem. Mama Duke on here. Hold on. Bring up Mama Duke.
All right, so John, what do you think? Jealousy?
Is it a sign of jealousy?
Love or insecurity? Like, how did that affect?
Well, coming from my perspective, hell, I used to be a whore, so I'm definitely going to be on. Like, what are you doing? I'm talking to my woman, you know what I mean? And my thing is this: it got to come to a level of respect, you know what I mean? And what I mean is knowing me. If you doing things that's going to take me there, far as me even being to react far as jealous or whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? For me and that woman gonna have an issue. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say you love me and respect me the way you're supposed to, I shouldn't even be in that predicament to be insecure. Period. But that was another reason why I used to be a whore. Sorry, auntie. But I felt like, hey, whatever you won't do, somebody else can do it. You know what I'm saying? As far as a respect level for me as a man. So that's just how I look at it. I just look at it like, yeah, man. I don't think it's insecurity. Say that again?
I said they may do it, but they may not do it better.
Maybe not. But guess what? There's a whole lot of niggas in jail because of disrespect from that woman. So that's what I'm saying. So when it comes to that, I don't think it's insecurity. I just think it's a respect level. That's why I'm at with it.
Hey, bro, hold on.
And love go hand in hand with respect to me. So that's just how I feel about it.
Yo, bro, hold on for a second. Let me mute your mic for a second. See if that's the feedback. Yeah,
it's coming
from your end. But we got you.
Okay.
I definitely feel you on that. Anybody else got a take on it? Is jealousy a sign of love or insecurity? Mama? V?
I have a take on it. So first, I have a question.
Okay, what's your question?
What are we like? What are we talking about? Like, are we talking about you are like flirting with another woman? Like, are you just casually working with somebody? What are we taught? Like, what's the basis of this? So I can make sure I'm like fully giving the right answer.
Okay, so when I look at that, and you saying whether it's somebody casually working with somebody or flirting with somebody, I think that's on the individual that we're looking at that may act in a sense of jealousy. Because it's gonna make them is what's making them feel that emotional response, right? So when we say jealousy, like I know when Quintella gets dressed, like I play with her sometimes all the time. When she gets dressed like, oh, you putting that on today? Oh, why you walking out here looking like that today? Oh,
All the time.
because I know when she goes out of here, other men are definitely gonna be attracted to her. Heck, I would feel some kind of way if nobody ever looked at my wife and thought she was attractive. I was like, what's wrong? What's going on? So when you say what are we talking about? I think it's the recipient of the emotion that has to decide what situation puts them in that emotional state. So
Okay.
yeah, go
So
ahead.
I feel like with that, I feel like it can be a sign of love and insecurity, but I also feel like I would also feel like my partner is having something to do with making me feel insecure. Because if I'm with somebody, I expect him to make me feel all the things and make me feel like he only have eyes for me. And if I get to a point where I'm like looking sideways at another situation, I think initially I probably would be like, I wouldn't have an issue with it and just, roll with it because I know what we have. But if it's something continuous, if it's something that's continuously happening and it keeps making me feel a certain type of way, then I would have to look further and be like, like what's making me feel this way? Like, why do I, you know what I mean? Like, why do I feel this way? Because
So
I don't feel like it would just come from, you know what I mean, out of nowhere.
in retrospect to that, then you have to internalize what that jealousy is actually making you lean towards in the other emotion, whether it's out of what should I say, whether it's insecurity that you're feeling now, or is it you're jealous, but not out of insecurity, it's out of laugh and giggle, should I say, for lack of other words, but you're cat and mousing each other because you see it and it's funny to you or funny to her, and you make mention of it, a flighting joke or something just casually said. But yeah, if you're the person that's feeling jealous and you're leading towards insecurity, then that's definitely a conversation you and your significant other need to have.
Right.
All right. All right, Chris, what is your thoughts on is jealousy a sign of love or insecurity?
She on Facebook?
Yeah, she on Facebook.
All right.
What about Ma? Either or. Well, Ma, Chris will probably need some time. Do you have any intake?
Mama's pretty quiet right now.
She's probably walking around.
I'm with the children.
Mama.
So hi, I'm a little busy here.
Okay.
I'm a little busy. Look. Hey. Oh Lord. He over here. Indicate. I ain't got time. Bye.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
we just got rid of ours, so we understand. He just went
Okay.
home.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.
She just listening.
Okay, let me mute her back out. So yeah, so with that first question, is jealousy a sign of love or insecurity? Like I said, I think that's an internalization question from the individual of how they're actually responding to what they see. If they're feeling, like I said, they're feeling their insecurity.
Yeah, I think I agree with Rhonda. Like if I'm starting to feel insecure or I'm getting jealous, it's because of something where you're making me feel that way. Something is happening that's causing me to have that, especially if it's something that I know for me isn't normally there. And now all of a sudden I'm beginning to just like start flipping.
So let me bring that question into play then. So what if you meet somebody and they're just naturally flirtatious and they don't have any desire to take it further? That's just them.
So they're extra
now you're
friendly.
with them, and that's their persona.
And that's their personality.
Can you put up with that? Does it bother you? Okay, I see the finger being waved up.
Wait, hold on, y'all. We got a finger.
All right, so why you say no, bro?
Well, this is a recipe for chivalry, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, that's a recipe for disaster. Because listen here. Listen here. Nah, man. That's just me, dog. I can't. Because I know 9 times out of 10, that woman probably ain't gonna want me to be doing the same thing. So my thing is reciprocation. If you ain't gonna like it, what the hell you think you think I'm gonna like it? Well, no, we gonna have a problem. But go ahead, you can mute me again. That's all I gotta say. Recipe for disaster.
I can feel that again.
Huh? My fault.
No, they ain't hear nothing you said. You muted us out.
Oh yeah, my bad. So what I was saying, yeah, that's something that you have to internalize yourself. Like he said, that's something that he couldn't put up with. It's a recipe for disaster in his relationship. So yeah, that would be something he had to address immediately.
Okay, Chris said, I think it depends too on the person. I've seen both scenarios. She said, but I can't put up with that. LOL.
Okay. I mean,
yeah.
You know your boundaries.
That's right. And I think that's important too. Like certain personality will probably play a part in it, especially when you have somebody, you know, they don't mean no harm, but that's just who they are. They're just super friendly. And somebody, you know, outside, you knowing that they don't mean no harm, but the person that they may be engaging with may take it the wrong way. And then you have disaster, like he said.
All right, so then let's flip the script and turn the tables, right? You are the one that's making somebody else feel jealous.
Somebody like who? I'm not in a relationship with?
You are in a relationship with. So what
am I doing?
I don't know. It could be a multitude of things, but my thing is I'm gonna take it from the side of them. Now they're feeling insecure. And they come to you and say, hey, this is what you're doing. It's making me feel insecure. Okay. How do you deal with that or address that?
Well, if it's something that's in my power to address, then we'll make the adjustments.
Let's say it's the you're just too flirtatious, too friendly, like you said.
So I won't be friendly. People come in, I go, hey.
But that's your personality though.
I would have to find a way to tame it if I can, especially if this is somebody that, okay, so if I'm just dating to be dating you and you're just one of the, baby, you're going to get what you're going to get. So but if I'm in a serious relationship and it's me and you, then, and if this is somebody that I see myself with, then I can try and adjust a little bit in order to keep you from feeling some type of way.
Okay, I agree with everything you said on the last end. I don't agree with what you said in the first thing.
Why not? Because we're
hold on for a
second.
Let me say it again. So remember we talked about before, What is the purpose of dating if there's no end game?
Right.
We're talking about casually dating.
Right, because that's for me. I'm not looking to be in maybe a long-term relationship.
So why are you dating?
For temporary companionship. I may want to mess with you today, and then tomorrow I might not want to be with anybody. I might want to go out tonight, have dinner with you, have some fun, companionship, la, and the rest of the week I may not. There may be times where I don't want the responsibility of being in a relationship and having to answer to somebody or whatever. So I would be in that casual dating stage where we're basically friends. I mean, I go out on a couple of dates with you, but it ain't nothing serious. It's companionship.
I think that's dangerous.
Why is that dangerous? People do it every day. I mean,
I didn't say people don't.
I think as long as the lines are the conversation is had, I don't see what the problem is.
I think it's dangerous.
Okay, how?
I think it's dangerous for one. You don't have an end goal, right? So you said you just dating to be casually dating just because you want to have fun today. You're not being serious. You might not want to have fun tomorrow. So one, time is on nobody's side. You'll find yourself getting older. And as you get older, your value in the market starts to decline.
Okay, let me stop you there.
Go ahead.
I got one better for you.
What's that?
God forbid something happened to you today or tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not remarrying, but I will go on a date from time to time. He ain't coming up in my house. I don't want him in my space, but we can go out. We can have dinner. We can giggle, hee, ha, ha, ha. But you go to your prospective place and I go to mine. So why is that dangerous?
Well, for multiple reasons. You and I believe in the same faith, right?
Right.
So doing that can lead to a multiple of dangers for you.
Like how?
Because you just may be missing what you had with me. May lead you to do other things that you normally might not do.
No.
You say that now. You say no because you're not faced with that situation at this very moment.
Yeah, but I'm stingy with the cootie.
So you say that, right?
Yeah,
so
but
you're one in a billion. I don't know how many women are out there. So you're one in a billion women who probably had said the same thing, had the same mindset. There's probably some women that are, let's say, I know for a fact there are some women out there that probably in their 30s or 40s that never had sex and said they weren't going to until they were married, but kept dating and dating and dating and got caught up in a situation and lost their virginity because they put themselves in dangerous situations.
Well, that's the whole point.
They didn't have an end game.
Well, that's the whole point for going to public places and going out on dates and going for dinner and then saying, okay,
it sounds good.
Look, and
it sounds good.
There got to be somebody out there that's done it. Let's see.
I'm not saying it's not.
Hey, Lissa.
I'm not saying it's not.
Real quick, Chris says super friendly and super flirty is two different things. I agree with her on that. Hey, Lissa.
Yeah, because you have to define your definition of flirting and your definition of friendly. So
Angela says somebody always catches feelings, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I
agree with that.
And you're absolutely true. But if I'm being forward on what my feelings look like, it's not. See, Lissa said it's not dangerous if you tell them. See, and that's what I'm saying.
It is, okay, so hey, Lissa, how you doing? Let me give you an applause for coming on.
Angela's on too.
And Angela, give all my ladies applause for coming on.
Oh, Barnes said I've been trying to connect, but I'm muted.
Oh, my bad.
I'm muted. He's sorry.
Hey, V, anybody that's on the Restream live, if I have you muted and you try to get my attention, please type in the chat, throw a 1 up or something, and I'll take you.
But she did it. She hit me up. She know I'm looking.
She know how to get on here. So respond to Lissa. It is dangerous. You can say all that up front. Yeah, you let a person know. So be honest. Have you ever been with somebody and said, hey, I'm not going to do this, and turn around and did just the opposite?
The younger me, but we're talking about the older me now.
It happens because you're in a situation.
Yeah, but that was the younger me. The older me know better now. We know the trap.
Okay, so you're saying that you're talking about the older you. I'm
Yeah,
I'm talking about in general. So there are women that are old, just as old as you are. There are women that are older.
Well, they may not have been through that though.
You don't know that. So
Okay.
statistically, I guarantee you there's a high number of women that are older, that say they're more mature, we all do it. We all say, hey, we're not gonna break this fast today. And we sit there and eat a ho-ho. We all say, hey, you know what? I'm going over to my homie's house. And when I get there,
okay, let me give
I'm only gonna have a drink because I gotta drive home. And before you know it, we're getting pulled over and scared to blow in the tube because we know we didn't have way more than that one drink we said we're not gonna have. It happens. So if you're dating with no end game, saying that you're just gonna casual date and you're casually dating all these men, anything can happen. That night you can be hot as a firecracker.
But that's the night I
and
ain't
sweat
going out.
and sweat. You say that it happens, and you can swear up and down you're not gonna do anything, but for some reason this guy is checking off all the boxes. He's saying the right things. He's doing all the right stuff, and he got you at the right point, at the right moment, and all your wall blockers come out. And next thing you know, hey, y'all heard me say it again on this podcast, right? That song come on, doom, doom, doom. It's morning. And y'all be singing that song, right? As you slept the night away, right? Thinking about what you did, and like, oh man, whatever. I broke all my vows that I said I wasn't going to do. That's from men to women. It happens.
I ain't saying it don't happen.
And that's my point.
What I'm saying is, as much as it can happen, you do have there is a percentage where it doesn't.
I didn't say that. So let me.
So like,
let me
give us that. Give us that.
I'm not taking that from you. Let me put it in this perspective, right?
Okay.
Let's say you're afraid to drown. You're afraid of water. You're afraid to drown. If you sit at home or go places where there's no water, will you drown?
No.
The odds are maybe not, unless a weird typhoon came out of somewhere and just hit where it's supposed to be, or you fell into something that where water is, right? But if you keep getting on a canoe with no life vest, and it's only rated for a lake, and you out there on the ocean, how likely are you to drown?
How you doing, King? Welcome back.
So you are more likely to drown then because you're playing in that water. That's what I'm saying. So if you're dating in this pool with no end game, playing the game, or you just want to change, leave yourself open to a whole bunch of women. I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. This guy the one, and they have a baby by a guy that they never intended on having a baby with. It happens because they played in that pool. They put themselves in a situation for that to happen. Anybody got a rebuttal for that?
Can I
Listen,
comment? Can I comment?
Somebody eating something. I'm gonna have to mute you. You chew on her behind.
Put her back on. She was gonna talk.
Was she?
Yeah.
All right, you back on mute, son.
Okay, it's some feedback happening. But I wanted to double back.
You said feedback?
Yeah, I'm hearing feedback.
Can we?
She's gonna fly. If you mute her, there's no feedback.
Yeah.
For some reason, I heard
John got feedback. We don't know why.
But go ahead, see what you gotta say. I'm still here.
Feedback.
I'll do something. I'm in King. What up, King? V, if you trying to talk, are you eating? Because I can't tell which is which.
Oh, I'm not doing anything.
That
So
sounds
I wanted to comment on the naturally flirtatious. And this is for male or female. Are we naturally flirtatious toward the same sex as well? Or is it always just geared toward the opposite sex? Because then I feel like that is something that you're definitely going to have to adjust, because I'm not okay with anybody being quote unquote naturally flirtatious, because it can give the wrong impression, because if you're a male and you're naturally flirtatious to another male, then you're obviously, that male may perceive you as flirting with him. So, but if you're naturally flirtatious, but it's just toward the opposite sex, then I don't know how much is just, that's just your natural personality.
Okay, so my take on that is you might have double trouble. If you got if you're dating someone of the opposite sex and they're flirtatious to both sexes, yeah, you
Are they being flirtatious? Because I think what Chris said was important.
Hold on, saying something. Say it again, Ronnie.
You said naturally flirtatious. So if it comes natural to you, then that would means that you could be naturally flirtatious to somebody of the same sex. But if you're not naturally flirtatious to somebody of the same sex, then that is learned behavior and it's not natural. So you can, because it can lead to, as man said, it can definitely lead to dangerous territory.
Okay, I think I grasp what you're saying. So you're saying if you're naturally flirtatious, you're just naturally flirtatious, whether it's a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
And I think
So,
that's wait a minute,
go ahead.
because I think what Chris said is probably a better definition for both. She said super friendly or super flirty. She said it's two different things.
I think that definition is still
And that
is
what
an
no
internal definition, because all right. So going on with what Vaughn said, right? Here's what I have to say about it. When you say flirtatious, or naturally flirtatious, right? Is that a notation of it being something tabooish? Because to me,
Lisa said it won't let her in.
It won't let her in. I'll see if you can send another link again.
I just did. I put it on the screen.
Okay. So when you say naturally flirtatious, to me, that's something that I like, that I see, that I entertain, right? So when you say naturally flirtatious, to me, that like you said, I'm not going to be flirtatious. I'm naturally flirtatious. I'm not going to be flirtatious with another male, because that's not something I like.
Your relationship, you shouldn't be naturally flirtatious with another female either.
It depends on, like I said, it depends on your definition of what you mean by flirtation, because we're putting the connotation on flirtatious to be a bad thing, where I understand, like you said, if you're in a relationship, it definitely can be a bad thing when you're already involved with someone else. All right, so King said, I think she's using the wrong word. King, who are you referring to? V that's talking now?
Let's hear from you so we can kind of unmute him.
All right, I'll unmute him. Hold on, give me a second.
So we can kind of see what he's talking about. All right, King,
King,
what do you
you're
think?
unmuted. He might be in the same situation he was last week. I'll wait to see if he responds again in the chat.
All right.
I think he heard it. But yeah, so like and see, well, he says some people are naturally likable, but that's not flirting, and that's true. So I mean, back to what Christina said. So it could lie upon that definition of
being
flirting and super friendly, because somebody can be super friendly and being taken as flirtatious,
but they're not.
They're just super friendly.
Right, and
they sit there and talk and with that person like they've known them for a while. But again, to me, that would be the other recipient in the relationship. Do they feel like that person is being flirtatious or super friendly?
But my thing is, if that's happening, are they feeling jealous because maybe they're not getting that attention and that their partner is because their partner is so likable, because this can happen. Let's go with the simplest thing. Like when Cam or the kids was born, right? Before that, it was like me and you. Then now all of a sudden we have the children, they're taking up more of my time. You become jealous of that because now you're not getting as much attention as you normally would. So in a situation where you have somebody who is just naturally friendly and they're always, around there talking to everybody else, that attention that you're so used to getting from that person is now being shared a little more. I mean, not in.
I think that's different.
But is it because some people, okay, maybe for you, but for somebody else, it may not be.
But let me explain why. So, in my opinion, that jealousy that you're talking about would not lead me to be like, hey, you're the problem because you're flirting with little kids. No, I can see the jealousy that you're talking about of feeling that your time,
I'm just saying,
our intimate time being taken up. So I think that's a little slightly,
that's
different.
Chris put a definition out. She said, flirtatious definition, behaving in such a manner, behaving in such a way to suggest a playful sexual attraction to someone. So that right there,
if you get that sexual attraction,
I think you got somebody trying to
would
come in.
Be the issue.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, listen, that's it. Can you hear us?
Her camera's up.
I see.
But I don't see no audio. Her audio isn't on.
It should be. I mean, unless she got to be.
Yeah, it's on her. It's got to be on her end because it's not showing her audio on our end.
It's not showing the audio. Listen, we can see you, but we can't hear you. I think your audio is out or muted or something.
On your end.
On your end, listen.
For us to share for your mic. So I guess you'll just be listening right now.
So with that definition, if you go by that definition, and that's your understanding of what flirtation is.
Well, no, that is what flirtation.
That's the definition of flirtation.
Right.
But that might not be someone's understanding of flirtation. If you're understanding that same definition, then yes, it can be very dangerous. It's something that needs to be addressed.
What you said, V? Was that V or Alyssa?
Yeah, that was me trying to chime in. I was saying that I literally just looked up the definition of flirtation. That's why I said what I said, because Kel, your scenario was, what if you meet somebody that's naturally flirtatious? That's what I'm saying. If you're naturally flirtatious, natural means you don't have to do anything. That's just who you are. It's fluid. So if you're naturally flirtatious, that means male or female, you are naturally that way to someone of the same sex. But if you're not that way to someone of the same sex, then you're not naturally flirtatious. You're just flirting with somebody of the opposite sex, and therefore
that you're attracted to.
Okay. So my scenario was based off of my definition of flirtation, not a Webster dictionary version of flirtation. Go ahead.
I said, but that's the definition of it.
I know. So again, blue, right? So the color blue, could the color blue be defined in different colors of blue?
You mean shade?
Shade, should I say? Thank you for the correction, right? So again, it's under to one's interpretation. My interpretation of a word could be absolutely wrong. I'm not saying that it's right. So the Webster dictionary version and the Webster definition of the word flirtation clearly says it what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my understanding of it, because I didn't read the Webster dictionary, could be totally the opposite.
Could be wrong.
Could be totally wrong. So my scenario was based not on the Webster dictionary version. It was just based on something being harmless. But again, did I not say, according to that definition, yeah, it's absolutely wrong. And it's something to be addressed. So that was my correction upon what I said.
I even went to the definition.
But her camera is.
Hold on, V said something. Say that again, V.
I said when before I even looked at the definition, that was my stance. Like if you're naturally, because that's what I perceive flirting to be. So I perceived it as you're flirting with someone because you're interested in them. You're sexually attracted to them. That was
Right.
that was what I perceived it to be. But then
Right.
but then when we started talking and I'm like, oh well, am I using the wrong word? I was like, okay, let me look it up to make
Yeah.
sure.
So yes, I agree.
Yeah, what is your interpretation?
I didn't say you were right or wrong. I just said again, I put it out there. It depends on your definition of what you feel like flirting is.
No,
Okay,
I'm
Chris
yeah,
want to know what does that look like? What is your interpretation of that?
I guess before the Webster Dictionary, just being friendly. Some people could take that as being flirty.
So, but that's why I was saying to you where Chris was saying that being friendly and being flirtatious are two totally different
And I said it definitely can be. It depends. Did I not say? Is anybody listening? I did say it depends on your interpretation of either or. Now, if you go by a Webster's Dictionary interpretation, okay, that's your interpretation. Let me see. King said, your person flirting with his same sex is a bigger issue than this podcast. People flirt with what they like. And King, that's what I said earlier. So based off of my interpretation of flirtation, I said you would flirt with something that you like because that's what you see. I said, so based off of my definition of flirtation, I would never flirt with the same sex. That's not something I like. Now, then when they pointed out the Webster Dictionary, I said, okay, according to that, flirtation is wrong. Then you would have to definitely address that and revisit the situation when it comes to flirtation. So I still stand correctly on what I said.
Okay, well, this one got some people hot. They
I
some
think
people
they
try to no, not hot, but they want to get in on it.
And Chris, that was my definition. My understanding of flirtation would be being super friendly, because you could be friendly and you could be super friendly. Like,
what do super friendly look
so,
like to you? Let's play it out.
All right, so we walk into a room.
So you
and there's a bunch of guys, a bunch of girls, and this young lady sits down next to me, and she says something to me. And as soon as I see her, she's attractive to me. Okay, I may carry on a conversation and laugh and joke with her. And if I continue to do that, that will be being super friendly. Because I can have a conversation and you'll cut it off. But because she's visually attractive to me, and I keep carrying that conversation with that person, is because I like what I see. Now, my intentions may not be erroneous, but that would be, to me, that would be super friendly and flirtatious.
Okay. Somebody was just trying to. Who was just trying to get on?
I don't know. Somebody dropped off. Lissa dropped off.
Lissa dropped off.
John is back on here.
Yeah, Ma dropped off.
Yeah, Ma dropped off. That's what I was saying with King put up here. That's what I was saying before, that to be flirting with the same sex is a much bigger issue than what we were talking about right now, these topics. Because again, I said that you would have, if you're a person that perceived that flirtation and you received it as, you were jealous, and you say you were jealousy because of your, because of your insecurity. And if it was based off of that, then you would have a double whammy, because you would be insecure, whether it was a guy or a girl.
Right. So what I remember is that when we talked about that, what the next thing that you said was, what if somebody was naturally flirtatious and that's their personality and they don't mean anything by it?
Right.
That is the basis of what my comment was on, because y'all are forgetting the word natural.
Naturally.
That's the part that I'm trying to say. So I'm not using the wrong word.
I'm not saying you use the wrong word.
I'm not saying that. You said, King said that I was using the wrong word. I know my definitions very well, so I'm not using the wrong word, but I'm just reiterating what was said. What was said was that somebody is naturally flirtatious and that's their personality, but they don't mean anything by it because that's just who they are. That's how the conversation started.
Yes.
That's it. I don't got nothing else to say.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. Yes.
I didn't say that you said I was wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong whatsoever.
I was commenting.
So when you like we said, I use the word naturally again because even though we're using the word naturally, my definition and my understanding of being flirtatious was extra friendly.
Okay, real quick.
But anyway, go ahead.
John, do you remember when you was trying to come on before what was going on with your mic? Because I know Alyssa is having the same problem you had trying to get on before. What did you have to do? Because I'm sure it's probably you got an Android, don't you?
No, you got an iPhone.
Yeah, I got an iPhone.
See? Anyway.
Let me find out which one Alyssa got because she's having problems too.
Now, what I had to do was when y'all send the link out, you know, you load onto the link, and what I had to do, what I wasn't doing before, but it asks you to either allow your microphone or, you know what I mean, as far as enabling your microphone and camera, you got to hit allow. I was hitting don't allow. So that's what I was going wrong before.
So listen, maybe that's what it is. You're not hitting allow. He said when you hit don't allow. And that's why your mic wouldn't come on. All right.
Move it back out.
Yeah, move back out for a second. All right. King said,
she said she want to get on her computer.
Okay. He said, and if you took offense, I apologize, man. Nothing but love. No, I don't think she took offense. V just gonna spin her standpoint from head to toe. She don't care who it is, me or anybody else.
King is all love. I promise.
Say you her mouth is all love. This podcast is nothing but love.
Right. We just got strong personalities on here.
We can argue and debate our viewpoints all day long. We don't mean nothing by it. It's just something we stand by, and there's nothing wrong with being corrected on it.
Right.
Because again, I was just corrected.
Right.
Because of my understanding and my interpretation of being flirtatious. When they put up the definition what Webster says, I said, oh, wait, you have a problem.
Right.
You have to readjust that.
That's right. Because if you being flirtation,
it was sexual intentions.
Yeah. You're attracted to that person.
So yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on, y'all. Because I've been trying to come off mute. I have been trying to come off mute for a minute.
Say that again.
I have been trying to come off mute for a minute, but I wanted to move to the topic where y'all talked about not doing nothing and intentionally dating, and you know, not being tempted.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
To do anything.
Yes.
Extremely hard. Extremely hard to do, but it definitely can be done. But I think that both people have to definitely be on the same page. And I think that you have to be intentional about not being put, like Quinn was saying, restaurants, public places. You have to be intentional about not putting yourself in a situation to be extremely tempted to where it's morning.
Right.
So let me respond to that. So according to what you just said, right? From what I gather from what you're saying, that's an exclusive relationship. What she was talking about was seeing multiple people just dating. And that's why I said that's very dangerous. Now, in that exclusive relationship what you're talking about, it's still dangerous, but I think it's easier to be done because, like you said, y'all both set your boundaries. You both understand where you are, what you're trying not to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and making sure you don't put each other in those situations that could be compromising. But if you're
you're telling me no, because again, like Rhonda said, if I'm just dating just to go out every once in a while to have dinner and conversation with somebody. I'm not putting myself in no kind of situation where anything would happen. It's just dinner and a movie. Good night. When I come out the movie theater, I'm getting in my car and you getting in yours. And the fact that I'm dating maybe 2 or 3 other people, I don't understand what the problem is, because first of all, you don't know my business, I don't know yours. All you know is that I call you, we meet up maybe once or twice a month to have some lunch or some dinner.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
I'm gonna respond to that, then I'm gonna let John respond because I seen the Mutombo finger come up, right? So number one, let's not sit here and act like we haven't seen this played out before. We seen it played out in real life. We seen it played out in movies, and they all said the same thing. We're not gonna do this, and then we see the funny movies that we like, and next thing you know, they're in the room whipping off each other clothes and straight to the bed. Things happen. Lives.
You know what?
You can say that all day long, and I'm not saying you would or wouldn't, but things happen. There are people out there that stood on that same principle. And somewhere along the line, they were stimulated and it broke down.
I'll find somebody that's smart and ugly.
And I'm quite sure there were other people out there that said the same thing and it broke down somewhere. Because like I said about the swimming thing, if you can't swim and you're scared of drowning, well, if you're not attracted, I guarantee you wouldn't keep dating the person.
First of all,
I guarantee you would.
But I think that's the part you're getting. What is your interpretation of dating? Because like I said, it's not even dating. It's casual. We get together twice a month to have lunch and we have conversation or we're having dinner. That's it. I don't feel, it ain't like we going out and we making plans every other week and we are going out to the park and we holding hands. We are having lunch. We are having dinner. This is what I do. I'm hanging out with you because I like your conversation. That's it. I like enjoying dinner with you. And then I'm going home because you know what? There's nothing else for me from you that I want. I'm
going to let John respond. And then I'm going to read Kings. And then I'm going to respond to what you just said. All right, go ahead, John.
Y'all do realize men and women think differently, right?
Absolutely.
So what I mean is, Quinn, yeah, I know you focus on, okay, we just go eat, blah, 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 we hang out. Most niggas, that steak come with condoms. You know that, right?
This is not allow your mic in here, son.
Can you hear
me? Your mic's still not on. No, her mic is on.
My mic is on. Okay,
she got a camera off, but her mic is on.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
No, you good? What I'm saying is, I know for you, when you were saying, Quinn, and some females, most of them, they probably think the same way. You know, we just hanging out, nothing to it, right? But most men, that steak or that lobster come with condoms. You know that, right? So that's all I'm saying. Like, you know, everybody got different mentalities on different things. So even with a lot of people saying, like, some people just naturally flirtatious, a lot of people know what they doing, bro. It's just, you know what I'm saying? They know what they doing. So, and I know the original topic is it love or insecurity? Hey, bottom line is, don't make me insecure. Bottom line. That's what I'm saying. All right.
I got her no. You can't take that. I got a taser, I got pepper spray, and I got a gun. Which one you want?
All right, let me read Kings. So King said,
what he said?
He said ugly people, GTD too. So he's talking about your ugly people comment.
Yeah, I know.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Okay. Hey y'all.
Right, so
let her loose.
Do you want to say something, Lisa, before I start?
I was just saying that it's not dangerous if you're dating a lot of people if you tell them what you're expecting when you get into the dating scene, because you might just be dating them just to see what they're about, and if you go on 1 or 2 dates, by the 3rd date you already know if he a cornball or he ain't, right? And you already know that you don't even want to deal with him. At least by the second date, you already know that.
You already know. Sometimes by the first one, you be like, all right, here, cornball. Next.
Yeah.
All right, so here's
So you
where
just move on.
here's where either we disagree or we're thinking from two different subjects, right? So her stance was she's casually dating with no end game.
Yeah.
So you know what that means? She's not dating to find the right one. She's just dating a bunch of people. To me, that's dangerous. One, because you're putting yourself out there. And nobody on this podcast is perfect. We all have said we're not going to do something and have done just that. We've all said that we are going to do something and do just the opposite. So yes, you're dating multiple men under the pretense of I'm not sleeping with nobody, I'm not doing this with them. This was a cornball or that a cornball. So let me tell you this, right? So let's play the scenario again. You're dating 5 guys. 4 of them are cornballs. And those 4 cornballs are cornballs in different areas. Finance, talk, look, whatever. But they all ball up to you to be a cornball, right? Except for that one. And you keep dating these 5 guys. Guess who you're going to start spending more time with? The non-cornball dude. Guess who you're going to start they start to develop some kind of feelings for? The non-cornball.
But you just missed what she said. And we know after about a date or two if he a cornball. If he is, then he's off the roster. We gotta find somebody else to replace him.
Here's where your theory is flat. Because you're gonna replace him with somebody else. You're casually dating.
Right.
So you don't have an end game. So what? He's a cornball. You're gonna bring somebody else up. And you're still in the danger zone. We ain't out the danger zone. So now you're entertaining.
You're in the danger zone whether I'm casually dating or I'm in a relationship. Hold on a minute. Even if I say, okay, yeah, I'm dating for engaged. If I've already told this person I'm not going to have sex with them until we're married, this dude can be with me. And all he want, like John said, like niggas say, and like you said it 100 times, they are patient when they see something they want. And they hear what we're saying, but they know what they want. And they will wait us out, promise us everything in the world, and even try to get in your drawers. Even after you've said, no, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm going to wait. So either way, it's a dangerous game. I don't think it matters whether I'm casually dating or if I'm in a so-called relationship with this person, but yet I tell them, okay, we're not going to have sex until I got a ring on it.
I know when I hit that heartbeat problem, here comes the drama. Let me read my man King first. It's the intentions that come behind the dating. From what I've seen, they always run back to the cornball because he's peace and shows what his true intentions from Jump Street. That's true sometimes, right? So here's the drama. Here's the drama. She said it's not safe whether she's casually dating or she's intimate with this one person.
I'm not
when I say intimate, I mean she's dating this one person, exclusivity with this one person, right? Here's why I say what I'm saying. So if you're in an exclusive relationship, it may be easier for you to contain yourself.
What is it? It's harder.
No, I don't think so.
I disagree. It's harder to contain yourself when you are in a relationship with that one person because that's the one person that you like. They hit all the bells and whistles. You're attracted to them. The person in your mind that, oh yeah, this is the one I want to be with. So of course, the physicality of it is going to. And guess what? Every time I'm up in your face, in your space, I want to jump on you.
So here's what I'm saying, right? So with that one person, you know where your weakness lies, right? But you can kind of defend that. You can somewhat defend that, right?
No, but
I'm not saying exclusively 100%, but you have a better hold on the situation because you know exactly what you're dealing with. You know exactly what you're dealing with, and you know where your vulnerability lies. Now, if you got 5 or 6 different dudes you're dating, you can easily get caught in a situation that you're unprepared for. So, like the guy that, like I said, the other cornballs, except for the one, you know you cannot be in an intimate setting with this dude, like you said, because you're gonna jump his bones. So every time you go somewhere, you make sure it's in a public place. And this one time he says, yo, I want to surprise you. Just let me do this for you. I want to surprise you. And like, okay. And y'all wound up in an intimate setting. You weren't prepared for that.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm gonna have to either jump, I'm gonna have to think quick on my feet.
And I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, we talk about danger. I'm saying, so with the casual dating with no end game.
But that can happen too in a relationship.
I'm not saying it can't.
Okay, so
you're
can
going
we
from
agree?
one extreme
No,
to the other.
I'm not going from one extreme
Yes,
to the other. I think they're both are equally the same. You're the one that's coming up with all these scenarios about how and doing extreme things. I'm not. I'm just letting you know that the same thing that you're talking about is happening with me dating multiple people can happen when I'm in a singular relationship with this one person. It's the same. I don't feel like there's a difference. I ain't safe. I ain't safe, especially if I'm saying I ain't having sex. I ain't safe.
You're safer because you're dealing with that one person. Like you said, you can distinguish right away if he's a cornball. But if you're spending one time with cornball 1, you ain't spending enough time with him really. Cornball 2, not enough time. You're juggling 5 people to try to figure out.
But that's the whole point of me dating.
You're juggling 5 people trying to figure out these 5 people, whether they're real or not.
No, I'm not even trying to do that because
that's going to take time.
No, and I think that's where the misconception of what you're talking about is coming in. I told you I'm casually dating. I'm not dating to know a whole lot of, to find out a whole bunch of intimate stuff with them.
Okay.
I'm dating them for entertainment. I'm dating them to get out the house. I'm dating them to have socialization.
So neither one of them should be called cornballs then.
I mean,
neither one of them should
be
called
cornballs. They can still be cornballs. Yes, it is, because
it's just for entertainment purposes. So neither one of them could be considered cornballs.
They all could be cornballs.
So you set a standard then.
Yeah, I do still have a standard in my dating because
it's for entertainment purposes.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. I don't want to date somebody that's not intelligent, or I can't have a conversation with about whatever it is I'm interested in.
So back to my original thing then. You're trying to juggle 5 people at the same time and trying to figure out 5 people who they are. That's going to take time.
I'm not.
And you're putting yourself in a situation.
We're just having conversation.
Quit telling. You keep trying to downplay it.
No, I'm not downplaying it. I don't think you're getting it.
I am getting it.
Okay, is there somebody else on here?
Yeah, somebody tell me. Because when I say you're trying to find out, you're trying to figure these 5 people out, right? So when I say you can't call them a cornball because it's for entertainment purposes, that means it doesn't matter. You're just dating just to have your fun and fill whatever cup you need to be filled with, right? So you're not trying to figure them out. So you shouldn't be going around calling anybody.
I can call anybody. Okay, go ahead.
You shouldn't be able to call them a cornball because you're not taking the time out to find out who they are. You're not. It's just for entertainment purposes. But if you are trying to figure out who they are, to label them a cornball or not, that's going to take time.
No.
Because the first time you meet me and you ask me something, I might not get to articulate right then and there at the moment. Who knows what it might be, nerves or whatever the case might be. But the next time you see me, I'm settled down, I'm more composed. I may articulate very well, maybe even more higher than you. So you can't label it, I can't have a conversation with him. That's going to take time. I'm going to let you go here. I'm going to let you cook here in a minute. Let me see what King says here.
He hasn't said anything else.
Yes, right here. So what is the purpose of...
Okay, go ahead.
What is the purpose of dating multiple people? Because in that case, the data sounds like the cornball, not the datee. Ooh, I think that's directed at you.
It is. So again, if I'm dating multiple people, of course I have a standard, right? So if I'm, like I said, anything happens today, tomorrow,
Unless somebody trying to say something.
whatever. And my husband isn't with me anymore. I'm not dating.
Okay, let's just say if you consider dating, there's more than just going out. Dating to me means trying to get to know you. Exactly.
Right. So,
exactly.
And that's why I said I'm going for socialization. You can call it a day out, whatever. I'm just going for social.
We said casually dating.
Right, casually dating. I'm not dating to be in a, of course you're gonna get to know the person. I'm not dating to be in a relationship though.
We get that. I said no engagement.
Right.
But it's still dating.
Right. I mean, you're gonna know people. You're gonna get to know them.
So let me stop you there. You said get to know them, right?
Yes.
So if it's 5 people, it's gonna take you time to get to know these 5 people.
Maybe, maybe not, because they may do something. Because first of all, I have standards. No. Just I let you rant. So I have standards. I know, okay, what type of person I would like to engage conversation with. I don't have nothing new over there. So that's nothing new. That's old. No, that's old. I've been said that.
Somebody just found it.
Now they did. She just did. Date. I should say people date multiple people all the time. Thank you.
What did she say before that? I didn't hear it.
That's a date, sis. LOL.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, that we've been did that like a while ago. Like,
well, go ahead.
Okay, so like I was saying is, first of all, of course, everyone has standards. And I said that from the very beginning, but I am dating not to be in a relationship with anybody. Yes, you would like to get to know people, you'll have friendships or whatever. I'm building maybe a friendship or whatever, but I'm not trying to be intimate with nobody. I'm just going out on dates. Of course, you go out with anyone, you're going to get to learn something about them. That's a given. But again, for him to say it's dangerous that I'm dating multiple people, that I'm playing a dangerous game, I don't agree with that. It's no more than if I'm in an intimate relationship where I feel like I'm more in danger, because guess what? My guard is down, because this is somebody that I really have feelings for. This is somebody that, I'm comfortable around. If I'm dating multiple people, then my guard is up. I'm not trying to have my guard down for any reason. There's going to be some roadblocks there, where those roadblocks may not be there if I'm in a relationship with an end goal, which is marriage. So that's what I'm saying. And no, I'm not the cornball king. Thank you.
So for me, it's like this, right? The reason why I feel it's more dangerous is because if you're in that intimate relationship with that one person, right? Your rebuttal to that was, I'm still in danger because this person can say this, do that, do this, and do this, right? Anybody can do that. So then the ownership is in your corner, right, to make them prove that. So you say you have these standards, right?
Yes.
And I say all the stuff that I'm going to do, and if they fall below your standards, then you don't move forward in the relationship.
Right.
But if you do, that's on you. So you're protected because you set the standard with that one person. Again, whether it's for, like you said, relationship, whether it's just making friendships. So me, when I'm trying to make a friend, it takes, okay. All right, I'm gonna hold down the set for a second. So when I'm trying to make a friend, I don't meet you today and call you my friend tomorrow. That takes time. I got to get to know you, whether you're trustworthy. What category do I put you in? Because you're just not gonna be called a friend just for me to be calling you a friend. I get to know you. So in a dating standpoint, I definitely have to figure out who you are. If I was casually dating, what type of friend are you? And if it's 5 of you guys that I'm juggling at the same time, that's gonna take time for me to figure out who you guys are, what category do you guys belong in. That's why it's more dangerous. It's dangerous for me too, because I got 5 girls that I'm dealing with. There's no end game for me with these 5 girls. I'm just having fun. Okay, my having fun And I say I'm not going to be intimate with not one of them. That's the game plan. Game plans fall apart every single day. And if I ain't on my P's and Q's, guess what now? This is how dangerous it is. Now I got 5 baby mamas. That's how dangerous it is. So now for you ladies, this is how dangerous it is. You're pregnant. Now you're trying to figure out which 5 is the daddy. That's how dangerous it is. So I believe it's more dangerous with the casually dating than exclusively dating somebody, because you can protect yourself a little more. I'm not saying those things couldn't happen in that exclusive dating relationship, but the multiple dating relationship could definitely lead you down a deeper, darker path. Anybody have a rebuttal to that? Over here on the Facebook, I'm trying to keep up with y'all. My cohort had to step out for a second. Alyssa said yes, but it wasn't dangerous. It was just like Angela said, you catch feelings. That's the dangerous part. Catching feelings is dangerous. If you're catching feelings for someone that you didn't want to deal with in that type of relationship, that's not dangerous. Somebody please chime in and tell me where I'm off at. Lissa, you're unmuted if you want to speak. John, you're unmuted if you want to speak. Because
You know I'm damn as good, bro. All I attract is scallywags and big back. That's all I get. So
no,
you already know that.
But I mean, I'm not understanding.
Nah. But on both sides of things, bro, being honest, you know what I mean, straight up, nah, it is more dangerous. Yeah, I ain't gonna call it, I don't know, you call it dating, I say you're playing around with people, you feel me? And not only, you know, not only say you gotta try to have your wall up, trying to be non-physical and non-sexual, right? But you don't know what you're getting out of some of these people, bro. You might come across some of the craziest niggas in the world. You don't know, but you're playing around.
Right. So how do you figure that out? Slower or faster dealing with 4 other people?
Say that again?
I said, yeah. How do you figure that out when you're dealing with 4 other people you're trying to figure out? It's hard.
Bro, that's why I said it's damn hard. Yeah.
That's the chameleon part.
It's gonna be hard regardless. It's gonna be hard. It's hard just trying to get to know one person. It's even harder trying to get to know 5. But at the same time, I mean, we all been there and done that. But at the same time, you know, it's like, are you doing it because you're looking to be in a relationship, or are you doing it just because you're a person scorned?
It's because your relationship, or because you're what? Say that part again.
Are you doing it just because you're trying to find a relationship, or are you doing it because you're a person scorned? Most people that's in more than one relationship, they doing it because it's been done to them. So they feel like I might as well just date a couple of people at a time because it's been done to me. But if you really out there just trying to date, then you're just going to be exclusively dating that one person to find out if that person is going to be your person.
I mean, I can see that too. I think you're correct. But I think some people also date because they don't want to be submissive to one person. It's like, if I'm over here dating this person, the minute they do something I don't like, I can shut that down for a week or two and run over here to that turns me off and then bounce over here. So by the time I'll come back around to you, it's fresh again.
Because they've been in a situation. Most of the time, it's always going to be they've been in a situation to where they get to that point where they don't trust the person that they with. So that's like why it wouldn't be, that would be dangerous if you're doing it in that aspect. It would be dangerous because now you're looking at, you might have a good dude, but you could turn that good dude into a bad dude because you playing with his emotions.
Okay, and then some guys, you know what? That is true. Some guys do operate from that standpoint. But some guys also operate from a standpoint of they're not hurt. We just like collecting things.
Yeah.
And growing up, most men tell the other men it's mad cool to have multiple girls.
But see,
it's
that's
a
the
man
thing.
thing to do.
It was known for men to say that and do that. But what they didn't know, the women were thinking the same exact thing that they was thinking. We was just quiet about it. We was doing the same thing that men were doing, but we didn't tell each other because it was an uncommon factor. Like,
I got a different take on that. It wasn't that y'all was quiet about it. It was frowned upon. And still to this day is frowned upon. Because
it was frowned upon, and we have to set an example for everyone or be something that we're not. I mean, you know.
Yeah, if you go back in history, right? Men weren't predicated or their status wasn't determined by their virginity. It was actually the opposite. The more offspring you had, the higher status you were.
Right. And then when women do it, they consider hoes.
If you had male, a bunch of boys. If you had a bunch of boys, you were considered top tier. Right? Women were just the opposite if you go back in history. Their status was determined off of their virginity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was held to a high degree. So when the men think about it, so when you go back and look at like just a show you like Game of Thrones, when you take that show, right? When the men come back from war, they come back, they go straight to the I'm gonna say pub. I don't know what they called it back then. They go straight to the pub, get drunk, they look for the whore. And they were the brothels, and they would flood that place. And it's gone, right? But when they were looking for Gretel or Cinderella couldn't be one of them brothel chicks. She had to be the one kept up in the castle that nobody touched.
And the whole time she was in the castle, she was messing with all the little servants. And nobody knew.
Some of them could have been, but you know what? On the night of their marriage, they found out whether it was true or not.
Right.
So you could lie. It was going to be found out. But again, we're talking about status. So today's date, right? So let's fast forward to 2025. Men run around here and sleep with multiple women. We're going to get called dogs. But that don't stop the women from coming. That don't stop the women from trying to grab this man and make him their exclusive one, right? Typically.
Right.
But women get held to a higher standard because if she's running around doing that, we find that he's going to be labeled as the slut.
Yep.
The town jump off. And the minute somebody tried to wife her, they're like, yo, bro, what is wrong with you? You don't wife that.
But she could be a good girl.
She could be. But again, we're not talking about whether she's a good girl or not. We're talking about the status of what you're held to. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's right. But what I'm saying is we're talking about that dating pool, right? So again, being dangerous, we see you dating 60, 50, and I'm throwing the numbers out there making it drastic. But we see you dating all these men, you're going to get labeled a certain way. Men dating a lot of women are not going to get labeled the same way, regardless to what happens at the end of the night.
Right.
So in our pool, think about it this way. In our pool, I see my brother John go to the club and take a different girl home every weekend. You know what said to him amongst us? Yo, you the man, bro. You the man. I see you, dogs. I see you. Yeah, I want to be like you, bro. That's the praise we get amongst the men. Now, you girls or you queens, I can say, excuse me for calling you girl, but women in your same group, y'all not gonna greet each other like that. Oh, girl, you the queen. No, you're like, oh, that chick, she loose. Y'all gonna call it what it is amongst yourselves.
So Angela says, so what we are saying is men can come back from being loose, but women can't. Got it, LOL. Because truth be told, men are way easier than women. They are.
Okay, so when you say we are easier, what do you mean by that? And your first thing was, as that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying yes.
Yeah, and that's what she said.
I'm not
She
saying
got
it's
it.
right, but yes.
That's why she said, I got it.
What is your second part again? You said men are easier. What do you mean by that?
Because we can probably, depending on what you are, whether you're a breast man or a booty man, all we got to do is bend over and show it to you, and y'all be ready to stick your thing in anybody. That's what I'm assuming she's saying. That's what I'm taking. I'm interpreting.
I'm gonna respond. If that's what she means, I'm gonna respond to that. Is that what you mean, Angela? That's why you call us easier?
I think now in 2025, I think the narrative has changed. I really don't think
the
that
narrative has never changed. I think
the narrative has changed as far as women being hoes and men being hoes. Because right now, I think that the women body counts is serious right now, and they don't even care. But they don't even care. Like before, women used to be like, "Oh, I don't want nobody."
What I said.
I don't want nobody to know what I'm doing. Now the women just be out there. They be just doing whatever they want to do, when they want to do, how they want to do it, with who they want to do, and they don't care.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain.
She's talking about discretion.
I'm gonna address Angela first, and she said yes, exactly what Clint said, that we're easy because no, we're dominant. That's what it is. What it is. We're dominant.
Call it what you want.
It's not me calling it what it wants. You can downplay it all you want. That's how men show their dominance. So look at wildlife. Do you not see that male dominance being shown? So if you have a pack of dogs, right? I'm gonna show you a pack of dogs and a pack of lions. If you have a pack of dogs and there's 2 male dogs and 5 females, do you know those 2 males are going to try to kill each other because one of them is going to try to assert his dominance to be the only one to sleep with those 5 other female dogs? You see the same thing in the animal kingdom with lions and tigers. They do not allow another male to go around and procreate with the other females. It's only one that can do that. It's called
easy.
It's called dominance. She can call it easy. What I call easy is letting your standards down, saying you got standards, holding your standards up, and then you wonder why you're in the end. That's easy. Because I thought you had standards.
V, you got anything to add on to this? She's been quiet for a minute.
V probably handling some business, but
yeah,
that's dominant. It's not easy. It's called dominance. It's not easy.
I ain't heard from Chris in a minute.
When we see what we want, we take it. That's not easy.
I feel like multiple things can be true.
I'm gonna mute you for a second. Listen. Go ahead, V.
I feel like several things can be true at the same time. I do feel like growing up, it was more accustomed for women to be frowned upon for being promiscuous, and men, you know what I mean, they gave each other daps and high fives for who took the most women down. So I do feel like that definitely was true back then. However, I do feel like now it's not frowned upon for women to be, that's to Lissa's point, it's not frowned upon. Dependent on, as far as society goes, it's not really frowned upon because things have changed. Now, depending on the type of man or woman that you're messing with, they might have a particular taste, whereas they don't want to mess with anybody that has like a higher body count. So it might be frowned upon to them, but I feel like for society, it has completely changed and it's just not frowned upon. Like in a female group chat, if Pam done took down light skinned Terry, who got a girl, and she was she was just a side piece on the weekend, and then she go home to her man the next day, they might dap her up in the group chat. It's TikToks going around where they act like they calling their friend and be like, "What's the name of that movie that we went to go see last night?" And the friend gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we went to go see the movie with Morgan Freeman." So it's not really frowned upon anymore.
Okay, I'll respond to you in a second. But let me get to Angela. Go ahead, Angela. What did Angela say?
So men don't have standards.
So it's not that men don't have standards. Again, so when you say men don't have standards, we do have standards. Let me show you how we have standards, because I'm gonna tie you.
DJ said low, LOL, female dogs, low keyword, double what?
Where he at? We're double. I can't see that. Hold on. Intended.
Intended? I don't know.
I believe that's what he said. So it's going to tie you and Vonda together. So when you say you think it's changed, I agree, it has changed. In y'all group setting, when y'all are more accommodating to each other to say it's okay for Pam to do whatever Pam's doing. So yeah, it's accepted in your little small group. I'm not trying to diminish it, but
yeah, don't say
society.
Small group.
So when I say society, the reason why I say small group, because when I say society, it's still the same. But as far as sisterhood, yeah, y'all might accept it amongst each other. But back to what Angela said, as far as standards go, let me show you. Let me show you why that's what you say with the question mark. Let me show you how I answer that. So now, when you have women with a super high body count, and let's say in their late 30s.
What do we consider a high body count? Because I think that varies from person to person and from male to man. Well, so one man can say 2 is too high for him.
So let me adjust you. I'm gonna tie you in with them. I'm gonna tie you in with them two. So now you're absolutely right. It does depend on the man. So now you in your late 30s. You got a high body count. Mm-hmm. Let's start with 5. Your body count is 5. And like women say today, oh, I want the man to have this much to do this with it. So that man is now looking for a specific woman. He's not getting shorty from the brothel. And then when he starts talking to you, and if you're dating multiple men, your stock starts to decline from who he wants to pick from. And that's when the standards kick in, Angela. Because we'll keep our standard. Sex to men is not held in the same status as sex to women. Y'all are tied in emotionally. Men are not typically. Men are tied. Men can go over to. I can tell you right now, I'm one of them. I got skeletons in my closet I don't want nobody ever to see. Because it had nothing to do with how good she looked. It was just me, because she didn't look good. I just wanted to get my man off. So when it comes to sex, we don't hold it in the same high standards as you have. But when it comes to selecting a mate that I want to say I want to spend the rest of my life with, Angela, our standards are high.
Yeah, because that's what she was asking.
Our standards get real high. We don't want the high body count chick. We don't want the chick dating everybody. We don't want the chick out here that can't take advice and let the man lead. We don't want that. That's when our standards get super high. So when you say we don't have standards, you're basing it off of just sex. And again, we don't hold sex in the same context because men are dominant by nature, and that's one of our dominant traits. Is it correct? Now, for me, like I said, this channel is a biblical channel. So from a biblical standpoint, no. But if you look over history, absolutely. That's what men have done from ages and ages and ages. Okay. Why you think a man sit there and say, yo, this woman has to give me a son. I need an heir. And if she can't, I'm going to go get another woman that's going to give me a son.
Okay, well, Angela said, but when I said men are easy, you said it's dominance to see what you want and to get it. But when a woman does it, it's lowering her standards. Then she said,
absolutely.
She said, we don't want high body counts either.
You don't, but you don't. I'm not saying. Oh, I'm not saying women want high body standards. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in society, you're held to a different standard.
Okay, you got King.
It's not fair, but it is what it is. But hold on, let me read Kings. So
it says right here, starts right here.
All right. He said, I don't think that's true. So
I think that was under Lissa.
Okay, that might be Lissa. So
yeah.
I don't think y'all standards are that much different when it comes to sex. So
he don't think women's standards are the same.
I think it is from what I just said. But I'll drink to that, bro. So I think he's talking agreeing. But John said that.
Yeah,
he'll drink to that. King says,
got you.
You can tell a man's standard on how he raises his children, especially his daughters. I'll agree with that because then when we talk to our daughters, we're telling them exactly what not to do. I tell my daughter, this is what I tell my daughters all the time, and this is back to what I talk about standards. I told my daughters, a man is going to tell you everything you want to hear. He's going to tell you everything he wants to hear, how much he loves you, what he do for you. The ones that mean it are going to tell you that, and the ones that absolutely do not mean it whatsoever are going to tell you that. So how do you prove that? You make them prove it. You keep your standards here, and you make them prove it. When they fall above below them standards, guess what? They don't meet the criteria. So it's you guys. It's always in your ball court. It's always in your ball court.
In the women's
ball court. But y'all drop y'all standards.
What do you think, Lissa?
I don't think it's so much that men. So you said y'all standards are different. Like y'all hold a different standard than women do.
When it comes to sex, and then when we finally choose a mate, yeah, a whole lot of standards kick in. But we're not trying.
But women do the same thing. That's why it's so many body counts between the men and the women. So
what do you mean by that?
Like men go out and they find women that they're really not interested in, but they'll engage in sexual activity with them.
Yes.
And women do the same thing.
Yes.
It's just that it's not that we don't hold a standard. It's just sometimes we might not care just like y'all. So it's the same difference. The only thing, you can go out there and broadcast it and you wouldn't be frowned upon. Well, now women can go out there now and be in multiple relationships and everybody be like, oh, she just trying to express how she feel now. But back in the day it was, oh, she a scuttlebutt from down the street. You know what I'm saying? But now you go out there and you see it every day now. Like for instance, with, let me use what's the girl in the rapper girl, Cardi B. She jumping from dude to dude to dude to dude. And everybody's like, well, she was married to one dude and she left him. Now she with the other dude. Now she having a baby by this dude. But it's the same difference. It's no like big difference compared to her and her husband. They both did the same thing to each other. So their standards are pretty much the same. It hasn't really reflected.
I disagree, but hold on. I'll get to you. I disagree. But let me let John get his off. Hold on. Let me unmute him for a second. Come on, bro.
Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
All right. Now, bro, what you're saying is 100% facts. So, ladies, what he's basically saying is, far as society look at things, whatever, okay, it might have changed. But far as for men, for us, when we looking at a mate, if she has a high body count for us, and the way we look at sex is like this too. We can sleep with a woman, it didn't mean nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? But for us, and we thinking how a woman may feel, we thinking like, nah, you was feeling that man. You felt something for that man. Because most women don't just sleep with men like that unless you're just promiscuous. But for a woman for us to settle down with, we thinking like, nah, you had an emotional attachment to that dude. So if that body count is up and up and up, we definitely gonna look at you like, wait a minute, nah,
So is your emotion.
we ain't about to do that. We ain't
And
about to
see,
do that.
that's the thing. That's what I'm saying you. For so long, women, y'all be thinking that, oh, she's connected. Women think just like men, but we just keep it in. We don't share every feeling, every emotion.
Nah,
So
I
Yeah.
get that, boss. But what I'm saying is our mentality towards y'all. So what I'm saying is if we looking at a mate far as somebody that we want to settle down with, our mentality is going to be like, okay, she done slept with this many dudes, so she done had some type of emotional connection with this dude. It wasn't
yeah,
just no physical thing like a man might take it. You feel me?
yes. So one, y'all are emotional creatures. Y'all do everything based off of emotion. But like he
Right.
said, when it comes to sex, it is emotionally driven. Y'all, for y'all to have sex with somebody, you have to have an emotional attachment and a physical attachment.
I got a question over here. It says, so the body count discussion where you become serious with somebody must be had. Is that something that a discussion about, how many people you slept with?
It
Is
depends.
that
It ain't gonna be true.
It depends on the man. If the man wants to have that discussion, if he's unsure of who he's dealing with, he may just ask that question. And it's a question that can be up in the air if he doesn't know who he's dealing with, because is she gonna really tell 100% of the truth
She
of how many people she slept with? That's a give or take. So again, and back to what you said, listen, you said we think the same. You said that, and in the same notion, you proved the point that we don't, because you said we do it and we broadcast it, and when y'all do it, y'all keep it to yourselves. That's not thinking the same.
No, I'm saying as far as like being with someone and don't have an emotional connection.
connection? That's what you're talking about, the connection.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
so I mean,
what she's
you
saying
don't have to
is,
be emotionally connected to engage in intercourse.
So basically, as emotional as we can be as women, we know how to disconnect too.
and I'm not saying you don't, but what I'm saying is if we get out the small bubble, right, and we go very large, a very large scale, of most women are not going to sleep with somebody that they are not emotionally attached with. Can we get a check on that? That is 100% facts. Now, if I reverse that and say most men will sleep with somebody that they are not emotionally attached with, that's facts. That's 100% facts. So now when we go back to my original statement of when it comes to, like she said, standards, we are going to hold those standards up and say, whoop, we don't want the girl with the high body count. We want somebody a little more reserved. That's what most men are going to do. And
Can I
unfortunately,
chime in again?
Yes,
So
you can.
yeah, let me get this out. Unfortunately, again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it is the way it is. It's society. Go ahead, Vic.
So I feel like this is one of those things again where both things can be true, because I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but to Lissa's point, there are a lot of women that are sleeping with these niggas for the money. They don't have an emotional attachment. It's all about the bag. So that's what I'm saying. Things have changed. It's not the same. It's bigger than the group chat. SZA made a whole song about being a side chick. The side chick has come up in 2025. Not saying that it's right, but people moral compass has definitely changed. There are a lot of women that are just looking at a dude for the money and what he can do for her. That's how sugar daddies came about, because you can't tell me they attracted to this dude that's 80 years old and got no teeth, but they gonna still get down with him because they got her living real good. So things have definitely changed, and women are definitely sleeping with guys that they don't have an emotional attachment to, because it's all about what this guy can provide for them and what they can do for them. I mean, that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, I didn't say that wasn't it. You said two things can be true. I agree. So I'm not saying that's not what's happening. And then you made the statement of SZA made a whole song about being the side chick. Did I not start my podcast off with "Tonight is the night"? Read and go through the lyrics of what "Tonight is the night" about. You know how old that song is? So the side chick been around for a minute. The side chick has been around forever and a day. When you hear the song talking about when she reaches out to Mary, I don't know how you're gonna come off on me, but she addressing another woman about sleeping with her man. The side chick has been around. Songs about it have been out forever.
And it has, but what I'm saying is now it has taken it to a whole nother level, because what you said was, if you take it larger and look at a large scale, most women are not sleeping with men that they don't have an emotional attachment with, and they are.
Yeah.
You said it's not about this podcast. It's not about this podcast, but we are on this podcast. And what I'm saying is,
I didn't say nothing about this podcast.
It may seem that way. I think it's more upfront because we have more social media and bringing it to people's presence. But I don't think much has really changed. It's just more aware that women are doing that. Maybe it's more aware that maybe, like Lisa said, women do the same things that we do. But my overall statement is, when it comes to the standards.
I'm gonna let you in, Lisa. Give me
a minute. Lisa trying to come in?
Yeah, because she said first we got King that said Barbara. This is Cheryl.
Yeah, Barbara, this is Cheryl. That's what I'm talking about. But,
and then Lisa came in and said women are sleeping with men just because they want to prove a point to their friends.
And I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying none of that is not true. So what I'm saying is, overall.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Yeah, she unmuted. Overall, it still is the point where women are going to find themselves emotionally attached at some point. And then when we get to that point, again, the woman who was, okay, let me do it from this side. The women who weren't attached and did all the sleeping around, right? Now she decides, you know what? I'm ready to settle down. And I want to pick John Doe. When it comes to that point, and then her and John Doe get together, if they have the discussion, John Doe's standards are going to go up, and John Doe's going to say, "What's your body count?" Or maybe John Doe knows her because they grew up in the same area, and John Doe says, "Nah, I know you look good. I know you got all this. I know you got all that, but I know you, and you've been around with Kiki, Levant, Charlie." Well, and I don't want that. I'm gonna let John. He said,
hallelujah! I'm shouting. That's what I'm doing.
So
yes,
we go back to that. That's where the standards keep picking again, because this is a male-driven, dominant world. And again, like I said before, it's not fair. I'm not saying it's fair, but it is the world that we live in. And when it comes to that, women are held to a higher standard. So again, what I was saying about it being so dangerous of this dating multiple people, it can go into all those categories. That even if you aren't promiscuous, somebody that's seeing you every time they go to the club, you in the club. Some guys gonna be like, you know what? I don't want a girl that's always in the club.
What?
And excuse me. And because of, like I was telling Angela when she said about our standards and what we can do and what we can't do, men pool when it comes to women is humongous. Our pool is humongous to choose from. So we can choose from what we want to choose from, and it's humongous. Women's pool from choosing from men is not as large. Y'all pool gets diminished more and more by a number of things. So as we discussed on our podcasts far before, was like when some women come out saying they want this type of man and this standard with the higher figure, this, that, and the third, we specified that sometimes that's the man you want, but you really don't qualify. Because that man that has that 6-figure income, he might be the type. I only want a girl that got one body count. That's it. That's hard to find these days. Like you said, women are running around here just doing what they want to do. It's hard to find these days. I'm not saying it's not out there. It's hard to find because women don't hold that sexual value the way they used to. Not all, but some women do not hold that value. And it's hard to choose from that. And then, like I said, the pools of selectiveness are reversed. Ours is massive. You guys pool are shrinking by the day. So let me go back and catch this right here. I want to catch this.
Can't record all that.
I mean, I don't know if we said it because some people on here, I mean, on there can't hear it.
Yes, they did.
They heard you say his stuff because they can't see this, can they?
No, they can't see it, but they heard it when I said it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So we're not going to get to the second half of our B question. We're going to save that for next week.
Save for another time.
Because we are coming up on 2 hours. I love y'all. Like, y'all be doing y'all thing. I love y'all to death, y'all, that y'all come on here, that y'all support, that y'all engage.
I think the rebellions, I love it.
I love it. Also, I have topics that hit us up, like for real. So that we can kind of